Do you remember the hoax about rape culture in dog parks? These researchers, appalled by woke nonsense published by academia's social justice warriors, submitted fake research. Then they were surprised when prominent journals published it.
I have now closely considered the revisions of your manuscript, Dog Park, and will recommend its publication in Gender, Place, and Culture.
Their fake papers showed how academia had been captured by insane woke ideology. How insane? Well, that dog park paper claimed they closely examined the genitals of about 10,000 dogs to learn about rape culture.
The first draft of that paper, we were like, there's no way they're going to believe that we did this.
Most journal editors who fell for the hoax didn't want to talk about it. But the editor of Sexuality and Culture flew across the country so he could criticize the hoax.
What is the test, right? What is the idea?
The test is to show that you people are ridiculous.
But you're deceiving people without much of a reason.
He wasn't embarrassed. He should have been embarrassed.
No, they're very proud of it.
Recently, I interviewed hoaxer James Lindsay again. Elon Musk calls it a woke mind virus. And it's kind of like that. It spreads among young people.
No, John, they call it a virus themselves. There's actually a paper that came from Arizona State University called Women's Studies as a Virus.
Now Lindsay says there's a new woke virus on the right.
I spent the last, 6 or 7 years really diving into trying to figure out what woke is. And then I noticed that there is a radical segment embedded within MAGA on the right wing that acts the same way, that uses the same tactics.
Why is it called woke? I just think of them as right-wing crazies.
It's people on the right who act like the woke left.
To demonstrate that, Lindsay pulled off a new hoax. Under the pseudonym Marcus Carlson, a play on Karl Marx, he rewrote part of the Communist Manifesto and submitted it to this conservative magazine.
Took 6 pages of the Communist Manifesto, very lazy about how I did it. I just copy-pasted and changed some of the words.
His article criticized classical liberal ideas like free markets, global trade, individual freedom, like Karl Marx did. Yet they published it and were proud of it.
Yeah, they didn't just publish it all over social media. Marx is a great writer. We need to use critical theory. We are postmodernists.
Even when a reader pointed it out, saying, you guys published the Communist Manifesto, the conservative magazine kept the article up, adding, it's still a reasonable aggregate of some new right ideas. The new right. In addition to agreeing with Karl Marx, like the woke left, the woke right also
engage in the same behaviors. That's, the victimhood mentality, the cancel culture, struggle sessions, they bully people online with swarms, they rewrite history.
The woke left rewrote history to claim America was founded as a slaveocracy. Now the woke right defend Hitler.
He was trying to encourage community, encourage, family values.
I thought Churchill was the chief villain of the Second World War.
I honestly think that Hitler was a good guy based upon my own research, not my public education indoctrination.
So they're fringe. They're no real threat.
In 2015, if we'd been talking about the woke kids on college campuses, these racist teachers have got to go. That's what everybody was saying.
They're following their heart rather than their brain. It'll come to them. Same thing will happen to the misguided millennials once they start writing the checks.
Yet look at how those kids changed America.
Employees will undergo mandatory diversity training.
Now the energy is on the right.
The average young conservative spends a lot of time listening to podcasts from the alt media space.
I like that some of them say,
capitalism is inherently more moral than other systems.
It's great that we're having a conservative revival, and I think it's a necessary corrective, but there's also called falling off the cliff.
You know what I want? Total Aryan victory. That's all I want.
White supremacist Nick Fuentes gets millions of views saying things like,
the only way that we are going to make America great again is if we make this country Christian again. Yeah!
The woke right, like the woke left, is this litany of bad ideas. America should be a Christian nation.
We should be Christian nationalists.
Even elected officials are on board.
I'm tired of this separation of church and state junk.
This is not what conservatives used to advocate.
Liberty of conscience, of your ability to believe as you will, to worship as you will without state interference, is a bedrock idea of the American experiment.
But now, among the woke right,
you have anti-Semitism and outright Jew hate.
The Jews had better start being nice to people like us, because what comes out of this is going to be a lot uglier and a lot worse for them than anything that's being said on this show.
I'm kind of thinking we should bring the Nazi salute back.
Andrew Tate's won a big following largely by attacking feminism.
I will state right now that I am absolutely sexist and I'm absolutely a misogynist.
Men should be in charge, knock the women down, or whatever else. The woke right literally becomes all the caricatures that the woke left said conservatives are. You're racists, you're sexist, you're homophobes. Then the woke right say, yes, we are those things.
If you're not being called a racist, then you probably at some level have given in to anti-white discrimination.
These people, says Lindsay, will help elect the woke left.
And the left is going to say, Hillary Clinton was right to call them deplorable.
What I call the basket of deplorables.
And they're going to be able to sweep back in and dominate.
From this podium, I can tell you, impossible is nothing.
We at Stossel TV don't think of ourselves as left or right. We're libertarians. We mostly want government to leave us alone. And if you want to help us call out bad ideas from left and right, please click that button.